Hello learners, this is Arif. Today we are going to talk about important topic in physics, which is simple harmonic motion. Here is an overview for a topic. Now we are going to talk about how Hooke's law involved in this kind of motion. So what is the first thing comes to your mind when I say simple harmonic motion? Simple harmonic motion is a kind of motion that involves a periodic motion, or in simple terms, a repeated motion. Examples of these motion are motion of a pendulum or the vibration of a spring. So the best way to describe simple harmonic motion is through this example. Suppose you have a ball attached to a horizontal spring lying on a table. While the ball is lying there and at rest, it is in a state of equilibrium. But when you move the ball by stretching the spring and then letting it go, the ball will keep moving back and forth. And this back and forth motion caused by the force of the spring is simple harmonic motion. Speaking of the use of springs, notice that not all springs are same. This means that different springs have different properties. Springs have a representation called the constant K. The spring constant will be unique to a particular spring. The unit used in spring constant is Newton per meter. And now talk about Hooke's law. Hooke's law is a law of physics that states that the force needed to extend or compress a spring by some distance scales linearly with respect to that distance, that is F is equal to minus Kx, where K is spring constant. According to Hooke's law, the equation of spring can be written as force equal to negative K times the displacement of the object it acts upon. The negative sign indicates that the force of the spring is always opposite to the direction of the movement of the object. Let us suppose a ball connected to the spring. When the ball compresses the spring will push the ball out, and when the ball stretches the spring will pull in. This means that the spring is trying to return its equilibrium position. Recall the two kinds of energy, the kinetic energy and the potential energy. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion, while potential energy is the energy due to its position. So, when the ball compresses and stretches the spring, both kinetic and potential energies are shown. When the ball moves, kinetic energy is present, and as the ball moves, there are 2 points where it is not moving, and the ball's energy will be potential energy from the spring. One point is where the spring is stretched all the way, and another point is the point where the spring is compressed all the way. Note that the distance between these 2 points and the equilibrium part is called amplitude. When the ball compresses potential energy, there is no kinetic energy involved. This brings us to the equation that energy of the ball equal to half of the spring constant multiplied to the amplitude squared. On the other hand, when the ball moves faster and faster, its kinetic energy increases, and at the same time its potential energy decreases. At the equilibrium point, the potential energy becomes zero and its kinetic energy has reached its maximum. This means that when the ball experiences kinetic energy, the total energy of the ball is equal to half of its mass multiplied to its maximum velocity squared. Combining the two equations together, we can find the maximum velocity of the ball. This equation tells us that the maximum velocity is equal to the amplitude times the square root of the spring constant divided by its mass, and that's it.
Thank you guys for watching my video, and do subscribe to my channel.